What's up, Average Dad fans? Welcome back to another video. And today, this is another Take 2 video on the Xiaomi 12s Ultra. Let's go! Now, you can clearly see I am not in the usual place. I am currently travelling for some business. Business on the Average Dad Tech Store. Yes, the store is alive and kicking with 20 orders now, which is just absolutely mind-blowing in the first week. So I appreciate all your support. If you're new to the channel, I am the Average Dad and I have my own tech store. I sell phones from the Chinese market, from Vivo to Xiaomi to Oppo and Huawei and everything in between. I sell all of these phones, custom fees included, for cheaper than any of my competitors. Yes, all phones are brand new, sealed in box, with a 1-year warranty included. So if you're in the market for a new phone, check out the website, or if you've got any questions, you can hit me up using the WhatsApp icon on the main homepage. Now, the Xiaomi 12s Ultra has been out for basically 2 years on the nose, and I thought it was time I made a Take 2 video on it. However, full disclosure, I never bought the 12s Ultra when it was out. I skipped it. I held on to my Mi 11 Ultra from Xiaomi for longer than I ever expected. The Mi 11 Ultra might be one of the longest serving Chinese candy bar phones I've ever owned, and for good reason. That phone was fantastic. And the 12s Ultra, while it had all the hype of the world's first 1-inch type sensor, FYI, it wasn't actually the first. The Sony Xperia Pro I had one. However, it was the first smartphone with the new Sony IMX989 sensor. And ultimately what that meant was this phone was all about the camera. It's triple lenses, the ultra-wide, the wide, and that 5x optical zoom. All the hype was around that. So, since that time, we've had many flagship candy bar phones. And this year, we've had the Xiaomi 14 Ultra, the X7 Ultra, the S24 Ultra, many Ultras. So how does the 12s Ultra shape up in 2024? Because if this phone can still operate as a flagship these days, is it worth buying? And the reason I want to do this video is A, because I'm always looking for a bargain for myself or for you, and B, I believe this is still a fully fledged flagship in 2024 for the price of, well, even less than some budget phones. Yes, I have this up on the used section of the Average Dad Tech Store for £399. Quick spec dump before we get to the main event, the cameras. This is the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 inside, so still a very relevant and powerful chip even 2 years later. It is a 6.73-inch Super AMOLED 120Hz display with 1 billion colours. The display's fantastic. And then internally, it has had the latest update to Android 13, not 14 yet, however that is supported. Android 14 will be coming soon. And it does have the HyperOS skin on top. Now, HyperOS for me is up there in the top 5 of Android skins, close to top 3. Other hardware-wise, speakers are good. It's a vegan leather back, and I believe it was only ever vegan leather that they released for this. A green and a black. Maybe there was a glossy one. You can let me know in the comments if there was a glossy one. I prefer vegan leather anyway. And at the time, in 2022, This wasn't just one of the best phones out. This was one of the best phones ever. It had everything you could wish for at a reasonable price because you would have to import it. Now, with this being a Chinese import, you have your usual workarounds. Software-wise, you'll get full Google services. The Google Play Store is straight in the Xiaomi native app store. However, you will not get Android Auto and you will not get smartwatch compatibility, but it's a Xiaomi. Unlock the bootloader, wait a few days, then flash the global ROM. Something I can't be bothered doing, but if you do buy this through my site, take advantage of the fact that Xiaomi will allow you to unlock the bootloader. YouTube tutorials will show you what to do. Once you've done it, you've got a global phone, Android Auto, smartwatch compatibility. Now, I really want to just skip to the main event here. I want to talk about the camera. This was one of the first phones to be a camera with a phone attached to it, as Flossie would say. Not just Flossie, by the way. I'm sure I said that before him. But anyway. So believe it or not, the main lens is not the one in the middle that you think it is. The main one is off to the side. However, doesn't matter. It's still the 1-inch type sensor. MKBHD has broken down what a 1-inch type sensor actually means on a smartphone. It means it's not a 1-inch sensor. It's smaller. But anyway, there's a loophole. And what you want to see is photos and videos. Especially for me, if you're anything like me anyway, you want to see some zoom. And, well, as you can see, I am absolutely delighted with these photos and videos. The only letdown, now, unfortunately, on the Xiaomi 12s Ultra, it has a 1080p front-facing camera. However, good news is, this was the last Ultra variant from Xiaomi to stick with 1080p. The 13 Ultra and of course the 14 Ultra have 4K lenses. But how is 1080p? Is it the end of the world? And also, how are the mics? I don't know. Let me know how they hold up. So yeah, 1080p isn't great, but as I mentioned, this is 2 years old. The later 13 Ultra and the 14 Ultra have been upgraded to 4K. If you are not a selfie video user, you will absolutely love all of the rear photo and videography features. There's obviously lots of different styles, there's lots of different modes with slow motion and time lapse and night mode and all the stuff you expect from a flagship phone. But for me, it's all about those native default photos. I want to highlight a couple. So this is from ultra wide all the way up to the crane shot was 50 times zoom and the top of this high-rise building was 100 times zoom. Now the crane shot, I'm sorry, I think that looked great. Yes, it's soft, but you can obviously read the writing. Granted, the high-rise building shot here is a bit more than soft. Some would say potato-like. But still, folks, look again. All the way from my position here on this bridge, right to 100 times zoom. It's not that bad, really. If there was a human standing on there, you'd be able to notice there was a human. And with it being 0.5 terabyte of storage, I have no issues taking as many photos or videos as I want. Because you ain't going to fill up that storage anytime soon. And I mentioned at the start of the video, this phone originally shipped with the MIUI 12 software, but that's now gone and we've got HyperOS. And HyperOS is a big upgrade. Now, I use my candy bar phones to a limited capacity. I am a fold phone guy normally. My current daily driver is the Pixel Fold. But it's refreshing going back to a candy bar phone every now and then when you don't need to multitask. No matter how large the candy bar, you're never going to get better multitasking than you are on a foldable. But consuming content, using social media, all absolutely fantastic on this device with no issues. So there was a lot of hype around the 12s Ultra when it came out. And if I put myself back in the shoes of me 2 years ago, if I had purchased this device, I would be sitting here saying, guys, this is one of the best phones ever made. because in 2024, I still believe this is an absolutely fantastic phone. And because it's still supported with software for another year, and because it's got security updates for the next 2 years, and I'm not saying this because it's for sale on my site. Please go to eBay, go to anywhere else if you can get better prices, or if you're looking for a different colour. I only have the black one. But if you can get a hold of this for under £500 or under £450, absolutely go for it. If you're looking to upgrade from a 3 or 4 year old phone, well, this is newer than that and it works fantastically well. And as mentioned, unlock the bootloader, flash the global ROM, and you're golden. So as far as Take 2s, this will not go down as one of the best, I guess. I'm just calling it out straight off the bat. Purely because I don't have access to the same things I would do to get B-roll. And because even though the hotel has very good Wi-Fi, are Apple doing something where they won't let me airdrop? I took so much B-roll of this device, but it just will not airdrop to my device or send via email as a large attachment. Anyway, that's my issues. You don't have to worry about that. I know this video was kind of starved of a lot of B-roll. I did film more. I want to keep you updated with as much as possible to do with me, the site, and any other phones. So, if you're still watching, there's 2 phones that you can look forward to from me. Actually, 3 phones that you can look forward from me over the next 7 days. The first one is the Vivo X100 Pro. Yep, you didn't expect me to say that, did you? I am getting the Vivo X100 Pro Global Edition sent to me to do 2 things. To do a Take 2 video, because I had it 6 months ago or 5 months ago, and it was fantastic, but it was the Chinese version, and the price has gone down now. And obviously the second reason is to compare it to the next phone that will be delivered, the Vivo X100 Ultra. There has been a lot of chat in the members group chat, buy me a coffee, get access to the WhatsApp chat, but there's been a lot of chat, or some chat, about how there's not much difference between the X100 Pro and the Vivo X100 Ultra. That's just how it is, folks. And as I said in the chat, because we are all absolutely addicted to tech and we're all tech nerds, we're still going to upgrade or we're still going to buy it. However, if you have an X100 Pro and you don't have the means to sell it and buy an X100 Ultra, trust me, you'll be okay. The X100 Ultra is not a massive upgrade over the X100 Pro. There's really only a camera sensor and a Quad HD screen. And the biggest one actually is the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip. I much prefer Qualcomm over the MediaTek chip. No real reason other than efficiency and performance. So yeah, I guess there's 2 real reasons. Anyway, the third phone, I need to cut this video off now. The third phone that I'll be getting this week or in the next 7 days is the Honor Magic 6 Ultimate. Yep, I panned the telephoto and some of the photos on the Magic 6 Pro. So I've bought myself the Magic 6 Ultimate because that has had A, software updates, but B, the LiDAR sensor to help with autofocus. So I'm hopeful that this will be a better camera experience than what I experienced with the Magic 6 Pro. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please smash like, you know it helps. And if you've got any questions about anything, leave them in the comments below. And if you haven't already checked it out, check out the website. I promise you, best prices. If you find a better price anywhere else, I will match it. And until next time,